What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
Hey pretty baby, am I in your way? Cause you walked out so fast yesterday. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you, yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you, yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna dance all night, forget my problems, I might go insane. I don't really give a damn what they say. And now you know it. Hey little lady, said you feel the same, but I don't believe a word you say. Cause I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. So tell me what you want, tell me how you want it. Tell me all the reasons that you're running away. I don't think you're here to stay. No, I don't think you're here to stay. No, no, no. I just wanna be with you, I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you, yeah, I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna dance all night, forget my problems, I might go insane. I don't really give a damn what they say. And now you know it. I just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you, yeah. I just wanna be with you.
Silent nights recalling you, a souvenir of what it could be. Pieces of my mind are yours. I forgot the parts I'm missing. I pretend that we are okay, like nothing's ever broken. And I pretend that we are dancing, like the nights are never ending.
Yo, what's up, P-Cup? Looks like I'm casting tonight. Didn't quite get casters that we needed, but we got a great matchup for you tonight. We got Bad Boys versus the Sad Boys, so definitely looking forward to this one. And as I get the overlay set up here, we're gonna see a couple of bands coming out. Looks like Bad Boys are going to take away the Thresh and the Fiora to start things off. And if you're curious about this league or what ranking these teams are, they're about platinum to mid-diamond ranking. And we have Bad Boys on the blue side for this game, and Sad Boys on the red side. And I can take a look, see which side had side selection. And it's actually the Bad Boys that chose to take the first pick for this first game and chose the blue side. And on the side of Sad Boys, we're going to get Urgot, Evelynn, and Scion banned away. Definitely nice to take away the Evelynn, I think, from Michael J. Fox, who is a great Evelynn player. And Camille's going to be their first pick for Bad Boys, which is definitely a nice pick in most scenarios. You can't really go wrong with the Camille. It can be flex top lane and jungle, but I think we're going to see it in the jungle. I don't think they would want to show their top lane pick so early unless they wanted to do a little bit of a trickery. And we're going to see Ornn here for Cardinals this game, which has been a facet pick for him this season, I believe. Definitely something that he's well practiced on. Xayah being locked in as well for Devastation. And actually Dr. Mundo going to be in locked in reply to that Ornn pick, which is means a lot of tankiness for both top laners, but Mundo considered a very good pick into any tank at the moment. Alrighty, so I got the overlay set up here. We're all ready to go. I can focus on these picks and bans now. We actually saw a Kai'Sa get locked in, and a Rakan.
Good to know.
So Lover's bot lane for the side of Sad Boys, which is nice to see. Any team comp it really complements because it has so much engage power and so much safety as well. And it's generally a very strong lane. Welcome everyone, welcome. So we're gonna actually see some interesting bans in this second phase. Zyra and Xerath taken away by Sad Boys. And another jungler gets wiped away by Bad Boys. And that is the pick we're currently waiting on, I believe. A few hovers here and there. Let's see what... Alrighty, so we're gonna get a Xin Zhao jungle, it looks like, for the side of Sad Boys in game 1 here. And it's a pick that is very similar to Camille. It can isolate a target. And it's generally something that can bust a tank down with the help of his allies. And he shouldn't be punished too hard for going in, as long as he has his ultimate. And we're gonna see a Nami blocked in here for Darth Nahor, or Daddy Nahar, or 2 Poppy if that floats your boat. And they've actually decided here to spend some more time thinking about what they want to take mid lane, using this last pick right up to the last moment. And a last minute switch actually to Irelia. And it seemed like they were thinking about, well, do we need some more help for the bot lane? Do we need some more peel? But in the end they decided Irelia can do it all. She's got damage, she's got a great laning phase, and she's got the ability to assist in her side lanes. So I believe we're going to see that in the mid lane. And the final pick coming through for DTS mid is actually going to be a Yasuo in response to that Irelia pick. So a very, very risky pick for them. Definitely susceptible to ganks. IRL Enjoyer is going to have to make sure to ward as much as you can to spot out the Camille, because a Camille plus an Irelia up against a Yasuo who might not be able to dash out of the way in time or quick enough can be susceptible to ganks here in the early game, especially if he's pushed up and his wave is not in a nice spot. Thank you very much for the follows. Oh, that's a sub. Thanks very much, DJ.
I'm falling up, I'm falling down from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go.
Poggers indeed. Alrighty. So what else can we talk about here? We have a very, what looks to me like a very team fight oriented team on the side of Sad Boys. They are looking for that combo with either Rakan or Ornn to knock up multiple targets and get Yasuo hopefully a nice dying breath, or what is it called? Whatever his ultimate's called. So definitely a comp that wants to synergize with one another. Its abilities, when used in tandem, will likely have a lot of area of effect damage and a lot of impact. It'll also be interesting to see how they want to go about playing their landing phase out. because their mid lane is going to be vulnerable to ganks, but they should be very safe in the bot lane with the Lovers duo. And with 2 tanks in the top lane, you don't really expect Xin Zhao to go up there too much. But there's always, at least with these 2 teams, you always expect that there's going to be some surprises. And I will say, I'm not really sure how aggressive Bad Boys has been this season because I haven't been able to watch them as much, I think. But they're generally one of the more passive teams, I believe. And it'll be interesting to see how they play this game because I haven't really seen them much in the first place, and they seem to have a composition that does benefit from fighting in the mid lane and in the top lane to some degree early on. In the bot lane, it seems like they've gone for a lane that's safe and they'll get them to the late game. So I don't expect to see too much aggression from them in the bot lane. And Dark Gang says they have a good counter engage setup. Yeah, I mean, I think both teams have the ability to capitalize on any enemy's poor engages. I'm not sure which team you meant, but I think you meant the Sad Boys. And if any of these champions with the engage tools such as Camille or Xin Zhao or Rakan, if any of them do get blown up, it will potentially lead to a extended fight that sets up for a nice counter engage for sure. Alrighty, it looks like I'm bugged out here, so I'm gonna restart. So we may miss the first 30 seconds or so of the game, but I'm hoping that I get loaded in here real quick and we can get into the action as quickly as possible. Looks like we have a disconnect or something. Oh boy. Okay, so we should be getting back in the game here. Looks like Cardinals has some connection issues, but it seems like both teams are ready, so I hope this unpauses in the next few seconds. There we go.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Okay.
A summoner has
Yeah,
disconnected.
I'm gonna switch the overlay. Both teams are backwards.
A summoner has reconnected.
They threw me for a loop in the champ select. They lined up one way and then they changed. So we got it right now. Sad Boys on the red side this game and Bad Boys on the blue side. Alright, that looks much better. So we're gonna get just a standard start from both sides. Nothing extravagant. Just making sure that all their jungle entrances are in vision.
Minions have spawned.
And no one's sneaking in here. Ooh, nice job by the Bad Boys there, killing off that little bit of vision that morale dropped early. So we've got Josiah in the top lane for the Bad Boys, Michael J. Fox in the jungle, Shekel Me Goyam, aka Charlie Smells in the mid lane, T-Crank in the bot lane, and 2 Poppy on support. And for Sad Boys, we've got Cardinals in top lane, IRL Enjoyer in the jungle, DTS in mid, Devastation in the bot lane, and Morale on support for them. And we got a little cheese going on here. Sad Boy's in the bush. Morale hopping forward, gonna get the ignite down onto 2 Poppy, and he's gonna have to flash away with a nice little cheeky brush gank there. We have a little skirmish in the mid lane here. IRL Enjoyer and Michael J. Fox have both hit level 2, so they want to do a little tango. And I believe Charlie Smells missed out on some experience there. It looked like he was down a little bit. T-Crank trying to punish the side of Sad Boys for their level 1 nonsense, or craziness, I should say. And it looks like everything's pretty standard in the top lane as of right now. Cardinal's actually walking down here. He's going to get figured out by Michael J. Fox. That's taken very low. He's going to have to flash here. One more auto should do it. Is Michael J. Fox going to flash for it? No, he's not. A lot of discipline being shown by him. Cardinals did have the Corrupting Pot running, so it was very close to being a kill, but in the end, he's going to settle for that flash. Very nice pressure being exhibited by Michael J. Fox right now. He's actually looking for a gank in the mid lane, so DTS mid has to play very conservatively here, and he's actually going to be able to spot him out. Nope, DTS mid, seeing Camille walk away, is going to go in. We're going to get a fight here in the bot lane as well. Looks like IRL Enjoyer looking for a gank here, but Morale is taken very, very low. Another skirmish in the mid lane as that's going on. Camille finishing off her blue buff. It looks like they know where she is though, and so Xin Zhao's gonna take the time to get some deep vision and start off these Raptors. I don't know if he was maybe looking for a dive here, or I think he actually showed when he started off this camp. So I think they're aware of him doing this, and they are, and it's gonna start off a fight here. But Charlie Smells a little caught out. No, he's not. He's going to flash in. Going to kill off IRL Enjoyer. That's a huge mistake from the jungler of Sad Boys. Definitely a huge mistake. When he started off the camp on Raptors here, he actually showed in the mid lane when he pressed his W, I believe. And so they saw the spear in the mid lane, and they knew exactly where he was, I think. There's going to be a mid lane, no. Michael J. Fox just holding the lane nicely for Charlie Smells. A lot of aggression in the bot lane again. Devastation had to pop his heal. And so much for this lane being safe and potent. It's actually been kind of a struggle down there for the Sad Boys' bot lane. But Morale's Ignite's coming back up soon. You figure you might be able to look for something, but they're a bit low. Cardinal's falling very far behind in top lane. He's not that far behind in gold, but the CS numbers could certainly look different. He's actually going to be forced to use his teleport here in the top lane. The pressure that Michael J. Fox was able to put in the top lane after Cardinals walked down for a bit of early vision has resulted in a few forced backs from Cardinals. And Josidon is actually very cautious here. He's up a level now, but he's very afraid of getting ganked, it looks like. Yeah, Charlie Smells sitting down here, a level down, which we saw happened because of a few minions that he missed during a level 1 skirmish with the junglers. But he also was forced out of lane. He had to recall. So he lost a little bit of XP perhaps there as well. That XP went over to Michael J. Fox. There's some vision being acquired by the bot lane of the Bad Boys. So they should be able to see Xin Zhao come in, and they're looking like they're very confident to sit up in the lane, keep pressuring. And Devin Morale under a lot of pressure here early. Bad Boys is currently sitting at about a 500 gold lead. They did manage to get first blood in the mid lane off of a nice play from Charlie Smells, and he was also able to get out of there just in time. But he is down that level. There's actually going to be a fight breaking down in the jungle here. Michael J. Fox taken very low, but is he going to be able to get out? He's actually going to take that blast cone, excuse me, and this might call a few extra members down here. Gonna get healed up a little bit by 2 Poppy. If either jungler had level 6 there, it might have been a different story, but it hasn't been the case. Oh, DTS mid gonna walk down here with RL Enjoyer and help him do the Raptors. We're still stuck on Camille here. A little bit of an engage coming in here from Morale, but it's gonna miss. 2 Poppy's gonna be forced to flash again. He was scared of getting perhaps knocked up by Morale. It's a matchup where he has to be very, very cautious, because if he does get knocked up, he's likely to get ignited, and he's likely to get bursted down very quickly. Yo, VTL Venom, thanks for the 10 months subscription. Much appreciated. And as we're waiting here, seeing some CS in the bot lane. Some nice vision coming down actually from the bot lane of Sad Boys right now, and they're looking to try to clear out this Tri-Brush maybe. Nope, not yet. Both mid laners looking for a recall now. They're gonna be able to purchase. Let's see what they purchased here. So Yasuo coming back to mid lane with a Berserker's Greaves and a Zeal item. And Irelia is gonna also purchase those tier 2 boots, get a Ninja Tabby and another longsword. So nicely done by both of them. They both are CSing quite well at the moment, given their situation. and given their time in lane. Camille's actually snuck into bot lane here, and Xin Zhao might not be aware of where she is exactly. She hasn't shown on the map in quite a long time. And she's gonna contribute a control ward to the bot lane, it looks like. But there's not gonna be any action. And we're actually gonna see the Drake get taken by Sad Boys. Excuse me. And there's actually 2 control wards in this bush, and well, the more the merrier. The more auto attacks they have to expend, but that's about it, and they kill off both pretty easily. Take a look at top lane. Pretty boring. I think that's most we'll get out of top lane. No, never mind. Camille just sitting here protecting her flashless Nami, I think, at the moment. Oh, she's gonna engage onto Morale here. He's gonna ultimate away, but Michael J. Fox gonna hop in with the ultimate. He's gonna go down. Morale getting the kill credit there, and Xin Zhao doing some nice distraction work on the backlines. Charlie Smells sitting on a control ward here, not gonna surprise anyone, but he does get the stun on the DTS mid. And what that means is bot lane's gonna get complete control over the next wave and the vision. So it might not seem like too much at the moment, but it does mean quite a bit for bot lane in the next few minutes here. Morale, I believe, picked up that kill after igniting Michael J. Fox there, so he's down a ignite. But both of these bot laners still have flash, so they should be feeling fairly safe. Oh, Devastation taking 3 turret shots consecutively there. I don't think he meant to do that. But maybe they'll recall off of that. It's going to be a gank coming in here onto DTS mid. But not quite enough from the mid and jungle pair of bad boys. DTS mid still has flash here. He's gonna dash in with the help of Ireland Joyer, who flashes as well. He's gonna look for this kill. Gets the knock up in the finish. And Rakan sneaking in there for a nice assist as well. Well set up by them. Incredible amount of patience actually shown from DTS mid. I'm very impressed by that. And he's still got his flash. He's still got his ignite. And Charlie Smells, having used both sums, actually is the one who fell there. Two Poppy coming up here in the top lane. Gonna get some vision, perhaps. Camille and Two Poppy are up here. Camille's gonna jump in here. Gonna burn that flash on the Cardinals, but look who's waiting. Ireland Joyer with the burst damage onto Michael J. Fox. He's gonna take one more turret shot, but he's gonna get out of here alive. Nami's bubbles, Nami ult gonna come in from the side. Gonna save his top laner. T-Crank in a skirmish here. Oh, gonna get sniped out by Devastation on the recall of the feathers. Nice flash from him, but it wasn't quite enough. Shekelmi Goyim and DTS fighting, but first turret's gonna go over to Sad Boys. Impressive performance from them so far. Charlie Smells doing a nice job here of staying in contention in terms of CS. But DTS getting the better of him just by a hair here. Everyone's in the mid lane now. Morale looking to clear out some vision. Nami's going to try to get this control ward as well, and they're going to both go down. Big time support wars going on here. We're actually going to see 4 members from Bad Boys show up in the mid lane here, just to make sure everything's okay.
And the wrong side.
Michael J. Fox maybe forgetting to clear out this last wolf, or maybe he's okay. Looks like the call is to take the Rift Herald here. We see a warning ping though. Not really sure who's pinging. Sad Boy's gonna let this one go. They've already got the first turret, so they say might as well just give up that Rift Herald and use the time to protect our turrets from a potential Rift Herald, or push out lanes and get some more pressure down, because they're currently in a nice little lead here. It looks like we're gonna get both teams swapping to the top side. Charlie Smells getting some damage onto DTS mid while he can. Rakan having a lot of agency in this game. He's been able to get some nice vision onto the top side now. He's going to be running at 2 Poppy, going to knock him up after the charm, and Devastation is going to finish him off. 2 Crank going back in on the ultimate. He's going to get ignited though, and one more auto attack should do it. Oh, the ultimate comes out from Devastation. That's a nice double kill from him, and meanwhile they're going to dive the mid lane here. Charlie Spell's going down for the second time. So far it's been all Sad Boys, and they're going to get the second turret of the game. Michael J. Fox trying to salvage top lane here. He's going to get a lot of damage down on Devastation. He was 1 auto attack away, but it wasn't enough. Morale saving his AD carry. And it looks like this wave might finish off the outer turret of bot lane. And it will be. But yeah, it's just gonna be another dragon going over to Sad Boys, and they're gonna have now a few extra AD or AP. I believe the only source of magic damage they have is from morale. Well, I guess Ornn as well has some magic damage. Cardinals having completed the Abyssal Mask, so that's nothing to really ignore, but the only damage that he'll really be buffing up is his own. And Daddy Nahor is caught out here. There's not much he can do. And Nami warding alone is usually a dead Nami, especially against something like Rakan. Can just knock you up over and over again. Not sure if he had flash there. No, he definitely did not have flash. It's about to come up off a cooldown right now. So there's nothing really Daddy Nahor could do. It seems like the plan all along from Bad Boys has been to scale up and take this game to the late game, but at the current rate it doesn't seem like they'll get there very assuredly. They're playing very patiently, but at this rate you just expect Sad Boys to scale out of control. RL Enjoyer popping forward there. Gonna get that kill with the help of Rakan and Xayah, but nice return. Actually, not so nice, I guess. Michael J. Fox going down there after taking out the support. Oh, what a knock up there from DTS mid to get the fadeaway. Checo Migoyam coming here cleaning up this kill. They're gonna get RL Enjoyer too, and at the end of the day it's gonna be a 3 for 3. Oh, maybe even more. Charlie Smells hopping forward here. He's gonna get the shutdown onto Xayah. That's a 3 for 4 at the end of the day. But if you're looking at the bright side of things from Sad Boys, they did manage to get that tier 2 top lane turret, and we're gonna get another Boz. So nice play there from DTS mid to get those last few kills, but looked like in the end it wasn't quite worth it. They're gonna, take down that Nami, but what it ends up costing them is Yasuo's death and Xin Zhao's death, and Xayah staying a little bit too long after seeing her comrades go down, and that allows Charlie Smells to pick up yet another kill And this time it's a shutdown, and it's going to be a red buff as well. Not full duration red buff, but he'll have it for the next 30 seconds or so. Yeah. But thankfully, that pause was came at a good time. We had a good time there to take a break, assess the situation a little bit more, and now we're back in the game. And I believe that Bad Boys, having taken the Rift Herald at 14 minutes, were required to drop that Rift Herald right then and there. And I'm not sure if they wanted it to go bot lane, but that's where it ended up going. Slowly pushing out bot lane there. See some vision on the respective sides. This is what Bad Boys can see. Oh, IRL Enjoyer's caught out here. He's in a pinch. He doesn't have flash, and so he's got to find a way out, but he's going to get knocked up and finished off by Charlie Smells there. Bit of a teleport coming in just for assistance, but it's a little bit late, and Cardinal's going to find himself very caught out here. I'm surprised he completed that teleport. His friend went down there, and that's going to be him donating his life as well. So a little bit of a collapse here from Sad Boys, but I mean, at least the teleport, at least it distracted Bad Boys long enough for the devastation and morale to get mid lane turret. But in the end of the day, I think you'd rather see Ornn cancel his teleport, get it back up a little bit sooner, and save his life. Definitely not worth. Let's see if Josidon is able to... Well, I shouldn't say just Josidon. I should say, let's see if Bad Boys is able to take this teleport advantage into their perhaps warding or Baron vision sort of advantage. Because if they are able to, and it looks like they're going to try to do a 1-3-1 here with Irelia in the bot lane, but ideally you want Mundo on the opposite side of Baron. So let's see if Mundo recalls here after this wave. Looks like he's choosing to clear out the wave and shove it in. He's not going to freeze it for his mid laner, which was a possibility. He could have potentially just froze it there and then allowed Charlie Smells to walk up into top lane, which would put him in a nice spot to farm the next few waves, and then have Mundo go bot lane. That's what I would have had my team done, but they're not going to decide to do that at the moment. They are in a position of power here with the teleport, and a few extra kills there gets them a few extra items, and they're going to use that to their advantage to get some vision over here of Baron. We have a little death brush being set up by the bot lane of Bad Boys in this tri-brush as well. See what the read is from Sad Boys. Are they going to choose to go mid here? Bit of waffling. They're not really sure what's going on, so they're going to play it safe, clear out some vision here. And meanwhile, that's going to allow just about everyone on the side of Bad Boys to recall. Josidon's caught out here, though. He's trying to run away. Cardinals knows that he's here, though, and everyone from Sad Boys is going to collapse. He's being taken low. He has to pop the ult. He's maybe running into a turret here, maybe looking for a way out, but I don't think he's going to find one. It's going to distract them for a long time, but eventually he'll go down. He's taking turret aggro. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Bad Boy's going to take that mid lane outer turret. So, Josidon falling here, he'll be off the map for 30 more seconds, but Bad Boys is able to capitalize on that time spent in the top lane, and we're actually going to get a Baron started up here. Bad Boys don't know about it until now they do. They're going to ultimate in there. Michael J. Fox in the back line, just trying to look for a steal, but oh, massive combo coming out from the side of Sad Boys, and they're going to clean up getting that Baron. Great call from them. And you know, that's sort of how the cookie can crumble. You see Bad Boys start to come back a little bit here and there, but one mistake from their top laner cost them a lot of pressure and a lot of vision. And what that ended up doing is it allowed Sad Boys to set up a nice little trap there and grab the Baron. So nicely done from one of our new teams in the league. And we're actually going to get a surrender vote. Something that we don't see too often, but especially from the Bad Boys, actually. Wow. Well, I guess you gotta... I wasn't prepared for that. Alright, well, that was game one. That was quick. Bit of a 24-minute game, surrendered by Bad Boys. And if you're just joining us, that will make the series 1-0 in the favor of Sad Boys. Take a look at the damage graphs here. See a lot of damage coming out from Xayah in particular. And just in general, a lot of damage coming out from all members of the Sad Boys. So nicely done by them. And hopefully we can get into this second game real quick. I have to look for the tournament code 1 second.
Seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change, but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each pain but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. We will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing just like another season.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. So after game 1, we're now looking at a situation where we have Sad Boys back on the red side with side selection, having taken that first game. So we'll see what adjustments come out from both teams, if there are any. I think Bad Boys is probably gonna think about taking away some of those knockups, because they don't want to necessarily face that same squad again, but see what they go with here. They're going to take away Rakan. And Rakan was one of those sources of knockups. And what that'll do for Bad Boys is it might allow them to have an easier time in bot lane. We're not going to see the Lovers duo for sure this time. So that's one less tool, or one less play out of the playbook for Sad Boys. And you expect that they might pull that play out of the playbook again because they are on the red side. So definitely an intelligent choice from Bad Boys. And it's curious always to see these Thresh and Morgana bans, because I don't know. I think Morgana's a decent ban. I'm not really sure. Not really sure about Thresh. I know that it can be quite potent when in the right player's hands, but I'm not really sure. It's definitely a difficult champion to play, so. But it seems like Bad Boys don't want to see morale bring it out. We're going to go straight into these top lane picks. And no surprises, these teams both seem to favor having a tank in the top lane regardless of what the other top laner enjoys doing. And we're going to see a lot of different options here. IRL Enjoyer, not really sure what he's going to pick. It's going to be a Varus. It's a nice pick in general. You can't really go wrong with a Varus. Although, I'm sure we could have a lot of discussions about optimal builds with Varus at the moment. And I know we have had that in the past. So, I'm sure many of you think that you can't go wrong with Varus, but in general, you know, he's a safe pick. He's a lot of damage. He has a nice ultimate to set up a lot of fights in the mid game, and for the most part in the late game too. Though we see that ultimate ability maybe falling off a little bit as time goes on. And Tristana and Alistar being locked in for Bad Boys. So definitely a case where Tristana's gonna outrange Varus eventually, but it's gonna take a little bit of time getting there. And this time we're gonna see Morale's Bard, something that he's been hinting at in Gen Chat. And I'm really looking forward to this. We've only seen one Bard, I believe, in Prophecy Cup this season, and it didn't look too good. I can't remember who played it, but I think it was this week, and you know, there was maybe one or two nice plays set up by the Bard, but you know, we'll see if Morale is a Bard aficionado this game. And when you pair it with a Varus, you know, that's a lot of potential burst and a lot of potential catch. You know, if layered properly, that CC can be extremely impactful. A couple more mid laners being banned away. Definitely teams, both sides investing in those mid lane bans, and it's going to open up a lot of options for the junglers. See what we get here on the side of Sad Boys in terms of jungle pick. See if they opt for this Xin Zhao again. It looks like they will. So you definitely have to think about how he synergizes with these heavy CC champions, and I think it's definitely a match made for sure. And we're gonna see Michael J. Fox pulling out this Lee Sin. We haven't seen too much of that recently, so definitely a little bit of a novel pick here. Maybe a pick that, you know, you kind of wonder what's going through Bad Boys' head, because it's just such a one-dimensional champion at the moment. He provides a lot in the early game, but maybe not so much late game. Yeah, you kind of wonder what else they could have picked. Maybe they could have picked a different tank, but I don't think this comp really benefits from a second tank, so they decided to go with the Lee Sin here. And we're gonna see the Yasuo again. That was something that was left open. Bad Boys thinking to be more worried about Fizz and Akali, and that leaves Yasuo again for the second game in a row. Yeah, definitely an interesting team comp from Bad Boys. It's kind of something that's all over the place, really. Yeah, we'll see how they do it. There's definitely a very cohesive idea behind the Sad Boys' comp, where they're gonna look for maybe a long-range Bard ult as the team fights start to break out, maybe catch some people off guard. Aurelion Sol, not really a champion that can do much against an ability like a Varus ultimate or a Bard ultimate, because he doesn't have a dash. So that flash cooldown is going to be pretty integral as time goes on. But Tristana, Alistar for the most part, Lee Sin, those are, and Sion, I think, as well, are all champions that can deal with those abilities in those engages. But when you couple an Ornn ult with it and you throw in a Xin Zhao too, then it becomes more complex for sure. So definitely a lot of engage, a lot of utility, CC on the side of Sad Boys, and it's gonna be up to Bad Boys to play around those cooldowns and dodge all those skill shots. And I think their goal is essentially, I mean, they want to make it to the late game. They want to use that Tristana, get her 6 items, but I don't know. I just don't see the late game really advantaging them as much as it advantages Sad Boys. So they've sort of picked a early game comp here with a insurance plan of Tristana scaling. So it's kind of an all over the place comp. And when you think about power spikes and whatnot and what they want to do within the game, it seems like they want to just get this game over as quickly as possible, because I don't know, I don't see them doing too well when everyone's hitting their 4th item or 5th item. They're gonna look to control terrain, control vision, try to gain an advantage over Baron buff, and if they can get Baron, then they should have a fairly easy time of staying in the lead, but they're gonna have to get in the lead in the first place, and that's not something that we saw happen in game 1 from Bad Boys. So as the spectator delay winds down now, yeah, hopefully we'll get a nice game 2 here. And if you're just joining us, As you can see from the scoreboard here, Sad Boys is in the lead with 1 game to nothing. No, I'm not too lonely. Yeah, not too lonely on the desk tonight, as I think it's kind of easier to cast as a, at least in my opinion, it's kind of easier to cast as a solo person because you don't really have to sort of figure out what each caster is going to say at what time and who's going to do the color casting, who's going to do the play-by-play. So I'm the kind of guy who actually kind of prefers the solo cast, but I wasn't planning on casting tonight. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the game so far. I hope I haven't been too boring. Alrighty. And thankfully we didn't miss anything. Not even a trinket ward has been placed yet.
Minions have spawned.
So yeah, just a standard 5-point. Though I've been noticing that Bad Boys hasn't really been putting anyone in the mid lane to start out, which is a bit of a weak spot. You can sneak in to the mid lane, do a little invade if you want to. We're all gonna face check this bush, and it's gonna take a bit of his health bar there. About half of his health bar gone. And oh, we're gonna get another disconnect, unfortunately. So Morale and Devastation, they pulled off a bit of a cheeky surprise, what do you call it? I guess a surprise engage level 1 in the bot lane last game, coming out of the brush and bot lane because they didn't have to leash their jungler, and it was able to force out 2Poppy's flash when he was playing Nami. And this time they tried to maybe do the same thing, replicate it, but this time T-Crank and 2Poppy were already sitting in the brush that they were trying to sneak into, and it didn't end up working out, and Bard ends up having to take half of his health bar for it. Nice sound effects coming out from the client here. Aurelion Sol. Very mystical sound effects. Yeah, just take your time. Take your 15 minutes of pause time. Just get a snack. Why not? No, I think this is actually just a case of Cardinals disconnecting. He also had some connection issues at the start of last game, where he, I think, disconnected immediately upon entering the game. So I'm hoping this is just a thing that happens to our friend in the top lane. And maybe we'll come to expect this whenever we see Sad Boys take to the Rift. We can talk about junglers right now. They're currently starting on their topside buffs, both being leashed by their top laner. So everyone should in general know where the enemy jungler is. When they both see the top laners walking into lane a little bit late. And sometimes we can see fights over bot lane Scuttle Crab breaking out after we get this sort of a start, where both junglers will replicate the same path and they'll both go for the Scuttle Crab in bot lane. So we might see that. We also might just see one of them go bot lane, one of them do a second camp in top lane, and maybe that player tries to go to Scuttle Crab in top lane. So maybe they won't run into each other, but it's a possibility. But thanks for sticking with us, guys. I know that pauses are never ideal, especially when you want to get into that juicy action, that juicy P-cup action. I wonder if one day Riot will think to allow spectators to move the camera around during a pause. That would be nice, because I would be allowed to maybe look at how blue buff is going, or how red buff is being taken, or maybe even glimpse what's going on bot lane. But for now, we're just stuck looking at Aurelion Sol and Yasuo slowly try to clear their waves out as fast as possible. Aurelion Sol actually does that first wave incredibly fast. We can also look at starting items. Both junglers taking Hunter's Machete, which I believe is pretty standard for them. I don't think they use a lot of abilities, so buffing basic attacks is definitely what both of them want. And they both got that nice refillable potion, which seems to be far superior than the health pots on pretty much any jungler. Nice. Yeah, get some cereal, get a banana, whatever. I guess for the most part, many of you are probably tuning in from the East Coast, so maybe a little bit of a late night snack. In the bot lane, we have Doran's Shield for Tristana, and a Doran's Blade for the Varus. So Tristana looking to, and she also has Fleet Footwork, so she's full of sustain options, and you know you expect her to get a little bit bullied by the Varus and the Bard with his ranged auto attacks, but for the most part, I think that should be enough for her to sustain over time if she is able to stay out of the way of any cosmic bindings, which is something that can definitely screw her up because she doesn't have much range in the bot lane, and whenever you get a low range AD carry, that's when Bard seems to thrive. He seems to just love looking for those bits of poke and looking for those cosmic bindings when the AD carry gets too close to the minions, and he can cast his ability on the pair of targets. Alistar, probably one of the strongest champs in the game right now in the bot lane. So just in general, a really nice champion for Darth Nahor. Provides a lot of burst damage early on, a surprising amount actually. and when you proc the Aftershock, Alistar gets really tanky. So he shouldn't have any problems here sustaining against the Bard, but it's definitely another question to see if he can help his AD carry survive this lane just as well as he can. Oh, something I didn't realize was Lee Sin taking the, what is that? What keystone is that? Is that? Oh, I have to look it up. I can't even remember what it is. Oh, Dark Harvest, that's what it's called. So Lee Sin's taking the Dark Harvest this game. And Lee Sin is not the type of champion that really benefits a lot from, or particularly much from, any particular keystone. So he kind of has the freedom to choose which one he wants based on what he wants to achieve during the game. And Dark Harvest is, I suppose, the one that you choose if you want that little extra damage in the later part of the game, and you're confident that you can pick up a lot of soul essences. Oh yeah, thanks Fug. Oh, we're back into the game, let's go. And like I said, Charlie's gonna clear out that mid lane incredibly fast on our Lancel. Takes him down to about 1/4 of the mana of his total, but it's gonna put a lot of HP pressure on DTS mid at least. And there's a Cosmic Binding coming down. A nice Electrocute proc from Morale there. So nice damage coming out from him, but Tristana does have all those sustain tools like I mentioned. A lot of damage being traded here in the mid lane. Charlie's gonna be able to bring Yasuo's health bar down extremely quickly with his spinny things. I guess they're called stars. They're just called stars. Oh, and we're gonna get a bit of an invade here, which I missed. But not gonna result in any kills. Michael J. Fox did have to burn his flash though. And yeah, just like that, with Relic Shield, Doran's Shield, and Fleet Footwork, Tristana's already back up to full health, and she does take a bit of damage there, but you know, you can see how much health she heals just based off of Alistar. Just based off of Alistar's passive and her Fleet Footwork. Ooh, gank coming in here. Oh, Tupapi's gonna knock Iron Joy back into her turret, and he's gonna get taken extremely low. The Ignite's gonna take him down, and he's gonna get that red buff to boot. And it's gonna save his life. Ooh, Morale coming in here on the magical journey, gets take rank extremely low. But this is gonna put them in a really bad spot. So that failed gank from IRL Enjoyer, well capitalized upon by Bad Boys. And holy cow, Darth Nahor, nice play by him. And he's going to pick up first blood here. A couple double buffs taken away from IRL Enjoyer. And, oh, they actually stayed here. Going to try to catch everyone off guard in the bot lane. But that's a lot of damage going down on the Morale. He's got the Buster. Oh, man. Devastation taking out T-Crank there. Absolutely bloodthirsty bot lane here we got from Sad Boys. And they're gonna just take this last wave, try to get out of there. Lee Sin's actually looking for a bit of a lane gank here. Both bot laners are very low health. Can he do anything? Can he hit that resonating strike? He's gonna W in, but miss the resonating strike. Try to push this wave out, and this is a nice job from Michael J. Fox because it's gonna cause the minion wave to crash into the bot lane and deny some more CS away from Devastation, who definitely paying for his sins there a little bit. Gonna lose some farm for that extra time spent looking for the kill on the Tristan in the bot lane, but definitely I think in the end worth for them. They're gonna lose out on pressure in bot lane though, and that's gonna mean Bad Boys can take this Infernal Drake. So maybe not worth in the end. That extra bit of time that they spent looking for that kill is gonna essentially de facto lose them an Infernal Drake. And the only summoner spell left over from all this fighting in bot lane is, oh, we're gonna get an engage coming in from Michael J. Fox, but nicely done by Morale, the magical journey out of there. And you can see just how much damage that overstay sort of did to Sad Boys. It lost them all that bot lane river vision, it lost them a lot of tempo in their lane, and it lost them that Infernal Drink as well. And now we're gonna get a bit of a stall out here because Varus not able to step up all the way that he would like. They're letting the lane get pushed in now. Not really something you want to see from a Bard in a Varus lane. You want to see them pressuring, poking, prodding, chipping away at the enemy bot lane, slowly building up their advantages, slowly building up their pressure. But T-Crank not really under much pressure now. He's setting 7 CS up, and he's got his rocket jump, so he's pretty safe down here, especially considering all that vision that they accumulated in bot lane river. I will say though, they didn't do the greatest job of protecting or warding the corridor of the river itself. They kind of just warded, you know, a bit more west of the Dragon Pit and the Dragon Pit itself, but they didn't really get the river where they really want it. And Morale's gonna be able to maybe clear out this ward with his ranged auto attacks. Nope. So wasn't able to do that. 2 Poppy is too much of a threat right now. Nice Cosmic Binding from Morale. Gets out on the magical journey. But 2 Poppy is able to save his Dragon Pit control ward, so that's really nice. Yasuo having back there allows... What is Sion doing? Okay. Sion was walking away from his lane, now he's walking towards it again. Oh wow, T-Crank's going to take this magical journey along with Morale, and he's going to get that Buster shot to finish him off. Everyone's down here in bot lane now. Michael J. Fox, Charlie Smells looking for this second kill, but it's going to cost IRL Enjoyers, or excuse me, it's going to cost Michael J. Fox's life. Oh, Charlie Smells that was not the way he wanted that ability to go. 2Poppy with a double knock up here, but he's gonna go down as well. T-Crank on the side gets Devastation, and look who's coming down all the way from top lane. Oh, DT has been trying to juke his way out here. What a nice juke. But he's gonna get knocked up. No, he's not. He's gonna cancel the knockup from Josiah. And what a fucking play. Holy cow. Oh, Ireland Joyer taking really low. Charlie Smells is tanking turret aggro. Oh, Morales get the triple. Oh my gosh. I can't even speak. And Shekel Goyam. Oh my gosh, Michael J. Fox takes that resonating strike. He's gonna flash in, take down Morale with the ult. Wow, and he's gonna look again for this kill on the Ireland Joyer. He's gonna get the double kill. He's gonna get out with the safeguard. Wow, that looked really, really bad from the side of Bad Boys when they were all stunned up there in stasis by Morale's ultimate, but they were able to get out of there just by the, you know, very, very last moment there. And Morale wasn't quite able to hit the Cosmic Binding as they came out of stasis, so bit of a misexecution there, but well played by Michael J. Fox to come back into that fight, get the double kill, walk away with a few extra gold in his pocket. Nice gank coming in here from Darth Nahor. It's gonna knock up DTS mid and give that kill over to Shekel Goyam. This game's getting a little bit out of control now. Michael J. Fox comes down to the bot lane here, and he's gonna help T-Crank finish off that kill onto Devastation, and in the process picking up a kill for himself as well. T-Crank has T-Crank has his jump here, so he's not in too much of a... Oh! Ireland Joyer getting that last little bit of damage in there, is able to burst down T-Crank even with the rocket jump. Wow. Ooh, I need a bit of a breather after all that action. Morale sitting on a control ward here. He wasn't aware of it. Michael J. Fox just jumps in and kills him. Whoops. And he's gonna come in from behind. Wow, this Lee Sin is everywhere. Kicks DTS mid back into his own mid lane and finishes him off. 4 kills now for Michael J. Fox, and he's taken over the game single-handedly. Well, he's had a bit of help, but he's certainly doing his job here, pulling his own weight, making this Lee Sin pick look like it's worth it. How is this allowed? Oh, I didn't even realize. Ornn's been AFK now. Oh, I didn't even realize. No wonder they've been having such difficulties right now. Well, I guess that's what I get from solo casting. I just completely forgot about our top laner on the side of Sad Boys, who's disconnected, and yeah, this is sort of what happens when your ally isn't able to come back. If it takes too long, if it takes 15 minutes, that's all the pause time that you get in Prophecy Cup. So I think at the moment, Sad Boys' best option is to just, you know, they already took all their pause time. They don't have their player, so at the moment they're just trying to make this game last as long as possible, so that they're giving Cardinals enough time to come back. And you can see he's still getting his biscuits of rejuvenation as time goes on, but can't use them because he's not connected to the game. And if they can stall out long enough for him to return, then they at least have the ability to play with him in Game 5 or in Game 3 of the series. So definitely disappointing that we're not seeing a full 5v5 this game. And Darth Nahor coming in, knocking up Devastation there. Bad Boys definitely seem to be trying to finish this game as quickly as possible. It's in their best interest to, obviously. But they also have a very like early game comp, so even if it's not in their best interest, Ireland Joy staying a little bit too long there under the turret with too low HP, and Darth Nahor and Michael J. Fox gonna pick up on that, capitalize on that. Gonna take morale out in the process, and they can stay on the map here because it's essentially a 3v2 at the moment in the mid lane. They shouldn't be afraid of anything too poppy. Maybe a little bit of an int here. Nope, I spoke too soon. He's got stopwatch. Gonna set up that kill for T-Crank. Everyone's gonna reset, it looks like. Maybe DTS mid coming in here. He's gonna get the knockup. He's gonna get the ultimate off. He's gonna be slipping and sliding here. Oh no! A bit of oh no! Morale was looking for the ultimate there on the T-Crank, but he ends up catching his own mid laner, who was able to. He was oh, that's unfortunate. We're actually gonna get a surrender here. So Sad Boys giving up a couple surrenders in this series. Not really sure if they're gonna decide to redo that game or if they're gonna actually decide to go into game 3. I'm not really sure, so I guess we'll check that out in the client here. And not much to see here. Unfortunate that Ornn was unable to reconnect for that one. So we're going to go to game 3, I believe.
We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
It's murder. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it. I killed it.
I killed it, it's murder.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder.
Go crazy, berserker.
I just wanna. Everybody now. Oh yeah. Stop your feet. I just wanna. Stop your feet. Everybody now. Stop your feet. I just wanna. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Stop your feet. Everybody now. Stop your feet. I just wanna. Oh yeah. Oh, stop your feet. Oh no.
Alright, what do you know? Looks like DTS mid was able to come back, and Zyleon is subbing in for Sad Boys in top lane.
Once again, a woman's left unsatisfied.
So it's unfortunate that we lost Cardinals for this third game. It looked like Sad Boys were having a lot of success with their starting five, or just evidenced by their success in game 1, and game 2 is a bit of a scrap because he had to, or Cardinals DC'd, so that game by default went over to Bad Boys.
No cure for fools.
So this time we're actually going to see Yasuo get banned by Bad Boys after seeing DTS mid play it 2 times in a row. And without the Morgana ban coming down, Bad Boys is going to go ahead and first pick it. And following in the same vein of first picking top laners, we're going to see Zyleon pick up the Cho'Gath for himself on the side of Sad Boys. And Irelia going to be picked up too, presumably for DTS mid. And a Scion going to be picked up for Bad Boys in response to the Cho'Gath pick. Kind of a difficult situation because Cho'Gath is a champion that does well generally into every single tank, and Bad Boys the type of team that really only exclusively picks top laners as tanks, or exclusively picks tanks as top laners. Kind of funneled into what should be a bad or a difficult matchup for Josidon. And we're gonna get the 80 carries picked up so that neither team can feel obligated to wait until after these second bans to pick one up. And here we're gonna see the next 2 bans coming in for both sides. Xerath taken away from Charlie Smells. Bard gonna get taken away from Morale.
Are you certain?
Morale last game showing his willingness to play the Bard sort of signals to Bad Boys that maybe they should just get rid of it, because it is a bit of a fear-inspiring pick. It can put up a lot of pressure in the early game and a lot of utility as the game goes on. Xin Zhao going to be taken away. That was two times in a row that IRL Enjoyer picked that up for himself in the jungle, so he's not going to have that option this time. Braum being hovered actually, and now it's going to get switched over to Karma. We're going to end on a Brand pick. Okay, so we're going to see Michael J. Fox actually take this Lee Sin again. He was looking very impressive on it in game 2. But of course, that was the game that Sad Boys didn't have a top laner. And we're going to see that same, essentially almost the same exact draft from Bad Boys, where they have this Tristana, which is a nice scaling champion, but they're going to have a lot of early game pressure with Lee Sin and Aurelion Sol roaming around the map. The only difference is their support, which is that this time they've opted to take the Morgana instead of the Alistar, believing that to be a more maybe synergistic pick. Maybe they're thinking that, maybe they're expecting actually a brand to get picked, and so they wanted to have that Black Shield just to negate some of the potency of the brand. Alrighty, so as the spectator delay ticks down, I usually take this time to talk to the team comps, see what's going on. Picking Asol into Irelia seems kind of disrespectful. Yeah, maybe. Irelia is a champion that can definitely, you know, kind of match the shove. As soon as she gets Tiamat, she's able to clear the wave just as fast, or almost as fast as Aurelion Sol. But until she gets that item, and until she gets level 6, she's maybe going to have a little bit of trouble keeping up with the Aurelion Sol's mobility and roaming. But Aurelion Sol is certainly a champion that's going to be susceptible to any Irelia engages. He's really only going to have that ultimate and his flash to get away from her. She should be able to either dodge around Aurelion Sol's stun, or it might not even last long enough for him to get away, so... But yeah, in general, pretty much almost the exact same team comp from Bad Boys. Sad Boys has changed it up a bit in response to last game's sort of complete collapse. Apart from bringing in Zilean, who's obviously probably has a different champion pool from Cardinals. They've put IRL Enjoyer onto the Sejuani, owing to the fact that he wasn't able to pick Xin Zhao again because it was banned away in the second round of bans. They've kept the Xayah though, and this time they've chosen the Irelia because Yasuo is no longer available. He got banned away by Bad Boys. So what ends up happening is it seems like they have what should be a very similar comp, but their damage is definitely more concentrated in their support role this time. Their brand is gonna make up for the damage that they're gonna miss out on should they have picked a Xin Zhao in the jungle. Yeah, last game they had Bard instead of Brand. And the Sweetheart Xayah skin looking quite unrequited without a Sweetheart Rakan next to her. Instead we get this base skin Brand on for morale. Unrequited love is the worst. Yes. That Dark Rider Sejuani skin actually not a skin that I've seen yet. Looks pretty nice, the splash art. And we'll see how Sad Boys' substitute does here. Zilean in the top lane now. Hopefully they can overcome that a little bit. And it will also be interesting to see how Sad Boys adapts, given that they're not able to play the Xin Zhao this time. We'll see IRL Enjoyer taking that Sejuani this time in Xin Zhao's place, and it's quite a different champion for sure. Definitely a lot more in terms of CC, in terms of setting up your carries to do the bulk of the damage, and a little bit less on the early game side of things. Bad Boys gonna send all 5 of their members, or at least 4 of them, into this bot river here, and they're gonna go almost undetected. They didn't do it very well coordinatedly, so T-Crank unfortunately gets spotted out there, and it's going to allow Sejuani to walk up into the top side jungle, maybe place a deep ward. And Bad Boys was so frustrated by the fact that they got spotted going into the bot lane jungle that they didn't even decide to pop a ward onto the blue buff. They just kind of walked out, placed their ward in the river, and then they kind of just hightailed it out of there. So they didn't really get anything from it. And I think the assumption is that Sad Boys got the better of that level 1. They're able to place a ward in the enemy blue buff, and they're going to be able to surmise that Lee Sin is starting red buff because he's not starting blue buff, so he only really has 1 or 2 places he can be. And that's also going to allow Sad Boys to push out this bot wave a bit, get the shove advantage, maybe get an earlier level 2 than Bad Boys. Binding going to miss there by 2 Poppy. Charlie Smells being very annoying on the Aurelion Soul, pushing in that wave really quickly. And here's that level 2 we talked about. Ignite going down on the T-Crank. He's going to force his flash away. Nicely done by the side of the Sad Boys bot lane. Have a little fight going on in the mid lane here. But Michael J. Fox is going to be there in time for the assistance. It's going to force DTS mid to flash away. So DTS mid down one more summoner spell than he would like to be. Lee Sin and Aurelion Sol here roaming. Michael J. Fox engaging here, but he's going to have to safeguard out of the way. Brand flashes away when he didn't really have to. Iral Enjoyer was down here in time, and Lee Sin was a bit afraid of the counter gank, so kind of unfortunate there to see Morale flash away when he didn't really need to, but nicely done by Lee Sin to get that flash out of Morale. DTS mid taking a turret shot there, but feeling quite comfortable because Charlie Smells is just about out of mana. Binding hits onto Devastation. He's going to go down here for first blood onto T-Crank. Oh, that's pretty big to get your Tristana first blood. I don't think Dev really was aware that Morgana was sitting in the brush there, and he didn't really expect Cosmic Binding coming out. Iral Enjoyer maybe looking for a gank here in top lane onto Poseidon. Cho'Gath's gonna knock him up. We're gonna miss this action though, and I guess Directed Camera wants to watch mid lane because DTS mid is gonna ignite Charlie Smells and take him out. Michael Fox knows that DTS mid is flashless, but it didn't look like Michael J. Fox had his Q ready or off cooldown, so all he's gonna settle for here right now is trying to push out mid lane, but Iral Enjoyer's here to stop things. He does a surprising amount of damage onto the Lee Sin. Oh, Lee Sin gets the Q and he's gonna take out Iral Enjoyer just like that. Wow, nice turnaround from him. That's kind of what you expect though from the champion like Lee Sin, who has a really strong early game and a lot of damage in the early parts of the game, so maybe a bit disrespectful there by Iral Enjoyer. Not expecting the damage. Although it looked like he was winning the fight there in the first half. Aurelion Sol coming back to lane, pushing it out and immediately recalling. Maybe to pick up another Amp Tome. No, he's actually going to get a Ruby Crystal as he recalls. He's going to walk back to mid lane. Poseidon actually a level up here. He can maybe look for a kill on the Zilean. Darth Nahor doing a good job of zoning away Sad Boy's bot lane, but his binding missing there means that they feel less scared to walk up. Get some extra CS. And now Morale might look to do the same thing 2Poppy was trying to do, which is zone away the enemy carry, but again, using the ability kind of welcomes them back into the lane or into striking distance of the minions, and you know, you really do pay for every one of those abilities that you miss or that you cast without much thought. So maybe a little bit of opportunity loss there from both supports. Both junglers sneaking into the bot lane here. Michael J. Fox looking for that resonating strike. He's gonna get it. He's gonna flash and knock Morale back, and he's gonna maybe get out with his life. No, he's not. Morale takes him down with the final tick of Ignite. And Sejuani hopping in there, but Aurelion Sol scaring her away with a little bit of extra damage. She wanted to assist bot lane here. It looks like bot lane could still use the assist, but Sejuani gonna opt to do her blue buff instead. Poseidon knocking up Zilean here. His patience is strong though. He's not gonna go for that fight or that all in. Arl Enjoyer gonna gank the bot lane here now that he has his chance, and they're gonna shut down Cheat Crank, and Devastation is gonna pick up that gold. Ooh, nice gank coming in from Arl Enjoyer, catching everyone on the side of Bad Boys off guard in bot lane. Oh, Morale gonna be taking. Oh, the resonating strike from J Fox, not gonna be able to kill him. And we're looking at top lane again. Directed camera. Why? Why? But anyway, oh, he's gonna look for another one. Sonic Wave not quite able to connect onto Morale. That would have been certain death. Morale did have to blow his flash in that exchange. Hello? Oh, okay. Sion is just ulting back to lane. So, definitely a way you can utilize Sion ult if you don't want to use it to fight the enemy laner. You can just use it to get back to lane, save your teleport, lose less minions. Charlie trying to stun up DTS mid here. Really just looking for a recall, but he's not able to get it. And he's really looking for this blue buff. He really wants it because he's just so low on mana. And yeah, at the moment, it doesn't seem like Charlie's been able to do much to justify this Aurelion Sol pick into Irelia. It worked very well in game 2, but that was a 4v5 game on the one hand, and they were versus a Yasuo, which is quite a different story. And you know, this is the sort of advantage in mid lane that Irelia has given them, and it's given them the ability to take the first dragon, and it just so happens to be an Infernal Drake. Morale walking forward. He's looking for a stun. It's not going to connect though because Darth Nahor, aka 2Poppy, has that black shield down on his carry. So nicely done by him to save his carry that time. Both junglers were actually looking for a potential fight to break out in bot lane as well. And Sejuani did get spotted, but Lee Sin did not. Zilean trying to clear out this control ward. Now he was able to shove his wave so he can do this. He doesn't know where Lee Sin though is, and had Lee Sin been there, I think that would have been a certain death for him. Shekami gonna face check this bush, and it's gonna be a Sejuani that he finds. No backup from Irelia though. She's hanging back under a turret, so ultimate coming down onto T-Crank from Morale. He wasn't able to find a stun because of the black shield, and Devastation is gonna look for the final. Oh, he wasn't able to get it. T-Crank flashing away just in time. 2 Poppy gonna root down Devastation. Michael J. Fox gonna finish it off with a nice ultimate. Ooh, nice stun coming out from Morale. He's gonna style on everyone with the stopwatch and finish off that kill. IRL Enjoyer flashing in there. Wasn't able to get the kill himself, but Morale gets a kill credit. Well done by him. DTS mid looking for a little bit of a skirmish here in the mid lane. He's going to be able to get onto Shekel Megam, slow him down with the ultimate, and force his flash away. He's going to flash in. Has the ignite down. Charlie Spell's going to start him on the turret. What a nice ultimate. And he's going to finish him off. What an outplay by Charlie. Wow. Woo. Gosh, you got to have some fancy footwork to make that work. Charlie Smells flashing over the wall and then ulting the Irelia under turret and stunning him there. Really well translated by him, reading that play in just fractions of a second. Yeah, that's definitely one of the... I think that's one of the plays of the season so far, if anyone caught that on a clip. It looked like Charlie was certain for death, but he is able to avoid it and kill off his opponent there just as well. So now things have equalized a little bit now. The gold lead has shrunk down to nothing. And Lee Sin is going to sneak down here into bot lane. Are they going to look for a dive? No, they don't have enough minions, but is Morale going to pop forward too far here? Lee Sin's going to insect, and it looked like he was taken too low, but T-Crank saves him with a timely heal here. Ireland Enjoyer a little caught out here. He's going to dash over the wall. Charlie Smells was able to force him away. Michael J. Fox has to recall given his low health. But another nice insect from Michael J. Fox, capitalizing on Morale's forward positioning there and lack of vision in the brush. It's a bit of a pastime now. We've seen Michael J. Fox do that a lot, especially after 2 Poppy clears away vision in the brushes there. He goes for a lane gank. Maybe something that, you know, teams want to pick up on, or at least, you know, entertain the fact that that can be happening. But even though this is game 3, looks like Sad Boys hasn't quite caught on to the fact that Michael J. Fox has been liking to do that. A little bit of engage here. Shekami Goyam gonna stun up both the jungler and the mid laner and stop that entire gank from happening. And Morale's time goes a little bit wasted here. In the meantime, Michael J. Fox is able to walk up here and get some damage down on Zillion, but he's too tanky and he's going to be able to walk away. Just too tanky. Buster shot from T-Crank. Going to be going down. It's not going to be enough damage though. The ultimate from Morale is going to come down and he's going to get the passive proc, and it's going to finish off 2 Poppy. Oh, he's going to flash forward. Tank up some turret to aggro here. Maybe set him up. No. No, no, no. Not going to be enough damage, unfortunately. That's a flash busted. Yeah, all he was able to get there was a little bit of extra damage on a T-Crank. Not going to justify that flash fully. Aurelion Sol walking bot here, looking for a bit of a, maybe a pick onto the Brand, who just wasted his flash, but not able to find it. He's going to just recall in the end. Nice. We got a little clip there from Panda Parade. Thanks for clipping that. And Scion ulting back to lane. Just in case you were wondering. Gotta love his voiceovers. So, Sad Boys picking up a second Drake for themselves this game. That'll put them in the lead by about 100 gold. And of course, it definitely it doesn't hurt to have that extra move speed out of combat. Actually, it gives move speed in combat now as well. And of course, they have that Infernal Drake as well. Michael J. Fox doing what he does best. Genki bot lane through the lane, and he gets another nice insect down. Oh, that was not what we wanted to see from T-Crank. He buster shots a little bit early, and it's going to save Morale's life. We're going to get a teleport here from Zilean. DTS mid is down here with RL and Joy, looking for a nice engage. T-Crank taking low. He's going to get finished off by DTS, and that's a double kill for him. Oh, nice ult. No Smithies this game. RL and Joy setting up DTS mid nicely there with a triple kill. And Zilean wants to dive. Charlie smells here. Charlie has ultimate. He's going to knock everyone back, but he doesn't have enough HP to work with, and Zilean certainly does. So he's going to pick up that kill as well on a stack for himself, I believe. So DTS mid, going to get that huge injection of gold. That's what you look for when you're picking up that Aurelia in mid lane. Because on 2 items, she's something to be feared. And she's actually going to get a few extra minions in mid lane as well. Let's see if she can finish off an item here just off of that play. Not quite, but she's going to be able to finish off her Jarm's Fist and her pickaxe as well. So about 30 extra AD and a few hundred extra health, which will sit nicely for her. She's also likely sitting on a bit of an XP advantage in mid lane. So we'll see what she can do by herself. And Bad Boy's going to pick up the second turret of the game. It's their first of the game. Arl and Joy are walking forward here. No CC is CC. Morale's going to finish that one off. Well coordinated. Well coordinated there from the jungle and support of Sad Boys. It's looking up for them. Michael J. Fox going to safeguard in here on a ward. Going to flash forward, kick DTS mid back, and that's going to be a good buster shot from T-Crank. Nicely done by the pair of them. With assistance from Charlie Smells. Lots of fights faking out. Primarily around this Rift Herald. Morale's caught out. He's going to be finished off by Michael J. Fox. But on the backside, Zilean's going to chop out on the enemy carry there. T-Crank going to go down. It's hard not to laugh at it. Cho'Gath just running at you 1,000 miles an hour and then just pressing one ability and finishing off the AD carry there.
Yo, it's Zilean.
Oh, thank you very much, mysterious person.
Would you like some help?
Sure thing, man.
I'm sorry. I just got out of scripts.
Who's my guest here?
It's over 8.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I just saw you casting by yourself. Look,
Yeah.
in a tense, non-stop game, it looks like.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard you stop talking for the past 3 minutes. But yeah, so this looks interesting. Aurelia's about to be on 2 items. It's gonna be really cool for their team comp. What happened the first 2 games? In case, because I didn't get to see that.
So we had a little bit of a hiccup in game 2 where Sad Boys' top laner disconnected, so they had to bring in Zilean.
Zilean.
Like
Xylophone?
Okay,
Oh,
Xylophone.
got Shogat's
Xylophone.
trying to engage. Yeah. By the way, you can play by play. I can't
All
do
right,
it.
sounds good. Ireland Enjoyer coming forward here too. Bobby's gonna pop his ultimate though, but that's not where he wants to be. He goes down. Michael J. Voss, tons of damage here. Gonna finish off that kill onto Zaya. Oh, going for a second one, but he's gonna get taken out by Morale there.
That was very almost well played by Lee Sin.
Yeah, stun goes down onto T-Crank, but he's got enough HP to work with. Actually, DTS mid is roaming top here. He's gonna look for maybe a flash Q. Oh no, he can just walk right at him. Takes T-Crank down.
Jeez. Yeah, he had 2 more seconds left on the jump from Tristana. She had no way of getting out of that. She had to ult the Aurelia right there, but I think that was a misclick. I think she tried to. But I think it's crazy right now that Cho'Gath can just sit in lane versus Aurelian and actually do damage to him and shut him in. Right now, if you like, each team has their win conditions. We got, what is it, Bad Boys? They actually lose team fights in against Sad Boys. Oh, all the boys in this game. So they have to make a pick, and they want to really pick out Zaya or Aurelia if they can, because that's the main core of their damage. But, I mean, not even Zaya. If they even picked out Brand right now, just because he's so strong compared to the Zaya, it'd be fine. But if they can make a pick and turn it into a 5v4, they can easily win team fights, but they just can't outright 5v5. Oh.
That's right.
Lee Sin getting picked off there.
Yeah, Devastation gonna pick that one up. Lee Sin didn't realize he was sitting on a control ward, and so it's gonna cost him his life. But Sad Boys gonna finish off that dragon. Second Infernal Drake for them.
Yeah, I really having to flash away there though. I don't know if you caught that. We're gonna have to go up this tower and that dragon, so there's a lot off that one Lee Sin death.
Yeah.
They can actually look towards Baron as well, because they can start the Baron here if they wanted, and force him into a bad position. And they have Cho'Gath the R's down, but they have him to tank and front line and zone them off while Sejuani and them clear it. But oh, something happened.
Yeah,
Pause coming out.
Yeah, looks like Xyleon disconnecting here. So
Did he? I didn't even see it.
Well, that's what they say in all chat at least, and
oh, okay.
yeah, it sort of means that, you know, the top lane woes continuing for Sad Boys, but they are sitting at a 6k or 5.5k gold advantage here, so it's still looking really good for them.
Yeah, well, like I said, if Bad Boys want to come back in this game, they're gonna have to start making a pick and being proactive. They need to shove out their bot side. Have you can really even have this in their mid laner, Aurelia, and shove down bot, get it pushing, get a nice slow push going, and then as soon as they send Cho'Gath down there, you just force a pick on Brand, or even when they try to clear vision while Cho'Gath is down there to catch the wave, you just catch out the Brand while he's coming to clear vision, and then it turns it into a 3v5 basically, because Cho'Gath's gonna have to TP in, so they have 6 seconds, whatever the TP is. Just double check. It's 4.5 seconds. Yeah, I was right the first time. 4.5 seconds of Cho'Gath TPing in, where it's a 3v5, and they can actually do a lot of damage. And if they kill Aurelia during that time, the fight's already over.
Yeah, that's definitely a thought. A way of coming back for Bad Boys.
Yeah, but as the side of Sad Boys, all they have to do is give vision control of blue side. Blue side's blue side. Blue side's blue quadrant. And bait the Baron, and as soon as they come in, they force the 5v5. And if they can kill the 2 damage that's on the side of Bad Boys, then the game's already over, because they can just take Baron and run down mid.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be a slow process for Bad Boys and a fast for Sad Boys, depending on how the game goes.
Yeah, and that Lee Sin actually building Black Cleaver, Tiamat, and Warrior in chat. He's going to be doing a lot of damage, but, you know, the lack of tankiness for him is going to hurt him in some of these team fights for sure.
Oh, I'm paused. Well, let's see what they do. They're sending Scion bot.
Okay.
And Brand's trying to make a pick on Morgana, doing the complete opposite of what I said should happen.
Wait, who did you say should go bot?
The Aurelion, because
Oh.
the Aurelion will get there faster because he can shove it in and then just uses E to get over there, so he doesn't have to actually wait for a TP or show that he's TPing,
Yeah.
and he can get over there faster, and it'll help the team set up better. Because like Sion, how she's pushing it out, if he pushed half this wave right here, he could just, or like not even half, just kill 2 of the minions, and then back up, and then it'd be a slow push. So whenever they send their top laner Cho'Gath to go down there and clear that wave, then they're gonna have a 5v4. And if they can make a pick, it'd be a 5v3 before you can get a TP in. Because they can make a pick on Bran and before the time that Cho'Gath even lands from TP.
That makes sense for sure. I like that idea.
But
And-
now Sad Boys is doing what they need to do, and they got vision control, and they know Sion's bot side, so now they have a free Baron.
Yeah.
And
and
if
so-
they try to collapse, then they have to wait for the TP from Sion to come in, and it should be gone now in
Yep.
the next like 2 seconds.
It's down to 3k health now. Sion's unaware of this. He's not going to be down here in time regardless, and there it goes.
Yeah, Sion stayed in that lane too long. You didn't want to sit him down that far, because there's no reason he should have went past the river. If he could have had a slow push going and then forced someone to go down there, and he could have been with his team. But and gotten vision control. Him being down there that long hurt his team, and they would have put Aurelion. He could have been there faster. He could just eat through the whole jungle.
For sure, for sure.
Now they're gonna have to play it really slow, and hope they can keep the vision on their side of the jungle as best they can, and just wait for a mistake. But right now, as well, they have Cho'Gath bot and Brand. They don't know Brand's back, but they don't have vision of him. They should try to make an engage right here. Have Sion RN, and then Lee Sin go in. They're gonna wait for Brand. It's a good call from Side Boys. So they don't know what they have warded inside the jungle, because Lee Sin doesn't have a sweeper or pinks. Actually, they have 1 sweeper on their team, so on Bad Boys. So they have no idea what jungle is warded and what isn't. So they're
Right.
playing blind.
Yeah. And it looks like this mid lane turret's going to get taken down there by Dev. And they're going to
I
swing
thought action
everyone
was gonna
bot.
happen. Yeah, I thought action was gonna happen. Yeah, they just have to give these towers. They can't fight for them.
Yeah. Oh, but they're going to walk too far forward, and Josiah's going to force that flash away.
That was miscommunication right there, because he didn't have to flash. He had the black shield on him already.
Yep.
Now they're gonna play even more safe because Sound doesn't have flash to go in. They're just gonna have to get this inhib.
Not much Bad Boys can do here. Inhib turret going to go down, but Binding's going to go down on a DTS mid. Sejuani picks up the first kill of the fight. And that's a huge Brand ultimate coming down onto multiple members of Bad Boys. And that's just going to be all the Bad Boys going down. Tristana and Morgana, the only ones left, and they have Baron buff on the side of Sad Boys, so they should be able to finish out the game right here. Unless T-Crank can make something brilliant happen. But Devastation going to finish him off before anything can happen. And I think that's the game.
It was a good try. They should have done that while the tower was still up, though. But
Yeah.
from what I've seen, it was well played from both teams.
Yeah, for sure. GG's all around.
Ooh, that was weird. It, like double exploded on me. It was loud.
Yeah. We got a few stopwatches purchased as well.
Who are you gonna bring in for the interview?
Hadn't thought about that yet. You got any thoughts?
I mean, from that game, the best person that played MVP of that game, in my opinion, was Morale by far. He was always in the right spot, choking out Vision and making picks by himself, not even with his team around him.
Yeah, I'm all down for interviewing.
But I don't know the
for,
other 2 games, so.
No, I think that's a good choice. DTS mid had a good performance in game 1, but he was set up well by Morale, and I think Cardinals had a good game in game 1 too. But I think Morale has been the consistent one over the series, and he's their captain, so I'll bring him in right now.
right now.
Yeah, as soon as I can get this to work.
They changed.
There we
Hey.
go.
Hello?
What up?
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, thanks. What's good?
Got a hello one more time.
Hello.
All right, there we go. Just had to make mic check there.
Sure.
So,
So
walk-
congratulations.
yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
congratulations. How about the first question we have for you is I guess we just want to find out how that series went for you guys and how it went for you, just trying to work through all the disconnects and whatnot.
Okay, so game 1, we wanted the game to go longer because we wanted more fantasy points, but they forfeited, so that was unlucky. And then game 2, I was pretty excited because I was getting to play Bard. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then 1 minute in, it was like the little Discord noise went off, and we were like, please God, no. And we
Oh.
like called our top laner. We were like, what's the problem? What's the problem? Oh, my internet's gone. Go next. So we decided that we'd like try to play it out because we were just all considering like alt F4ing right then and there, but we didn't know if that was technically allowed. And then game 3, we didn't even know if we'd like have a player. So like actually shout out to all the people that messaged us and like asked if they could e-sub. Like honestly, big props. Like you weren't allowed to, but thanks a lot. Like I really appreciate that. Like that was actually super cool of you guys to offer to do that because I don't know, that like was kind of sportsmanlike. So I thought that was really neat. And then game 3, we were tilted in the way that like it's not like we stopped talking or like our comms went down. It was just like we're gonna fucking win because we felt like we got robbed game 2 after we played so well game 1.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, we thought about draft and we thought if we held support they would use support bans so we could get like picks we wanted in other lanes, and it worked out. So that was generally how the series went, like trying to sum it up.
Nice. And is Zillion, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Xyleon?
Xyleon?
Yeah, Xyleon.
Is he someone that you practice with a lot, or is that just like
we
something?
have okay, I'm gonna say no, but also we've never scrimmed. So when you say like practice, we don't practice. We just have known each other for like a really long time, and we've all been friends for like almost 2 years. Ian VV3, also like part of the boys. That's why he's our sub now. But no, Xyleon we picked up as a sub in play-ins, and actually in play-ins it was our last game, and if we won we would have auto qualified, and it was against Fats' team, and our top DC'd the same way. It was a 4 game, and Xyleon came in and saved us then. And you know what? He came in and saved us again. So Xyleon is the best sub of all time in P Cup, other than Smoking Gun Socratic. I love you, Socratic. Thanks for carrying me. But no, we literally the only times we played with Xyleon is 1 game in plans, and then game 3 where we're just like, okay. And he was like, oh, I can't talk, so I'm just gonna communicate with pings and stuff. And we're like, okay, nice, good.
Nice.
So anyway.
Right on. Let's see. Do you have any questions over it?
Why were you always able to find vision and make picks?
So I don't know. It's hard to explain, but pretty much game 3, after game 2, where Jay Fox had a campfire bot lane, I really wanted Chandler and I to be able to have vision control, because that's really how I operate as like a support. Because when you're mid lane, you can't focus on shit like that because you have to beat the other player. But when you're playing support, like you don't need to use your mechanics to win. Like you just need to make sure that you take the steps to win. So like the reason why we were able to get picks is because like when we knew we would get bot lane tower, it's like, okay, after this, the obvious play is to swap top, right? But a lot of times team are just like, oh, let's swap top and go there. But it's not like we're going to swap top and we have tempo. We can get wards all on their blue side, and then you can just wait for them to play into your arms. And also it was nice to have Brand, because I knew nobody would ever think I played Brand because I only play like the same 3 champs and in-houses, and so everyone knows me for those. So it's really sick because I have like a bunch of picks like Brand that nobody knows about, and I can just like bust them out. So yeah, it's really easy to play around Morgana if you have a matchup you're comfortable with, because she's so linear, right? So that was a lot of what we went through. Once we left lane ahead, we just super focused on leaving Xyleon on an island so Sion couldn't be in the team fights.
Mhm.
And then we just tried to play around vision control and catching out their bot lane. And then that leads us to winning fights. Because, it's hard to catch out the Moby's Lee Sin. But that was generally our game plan once we were out of laning phase. If you watch the video or if you were able to see, like, we would always have one side of the jungle lit up, which really just tells you both. Because if you have one side of the jungle completely warded and there's no one there, they're in the other side of their jungle. So we just played around that like basic knowledge because we don't play much together. So we just try to do really basic concepts and execute them. And then that gets us wins, like really solid wins, because we understand how to play with each other.
What do you think about next week, Crusaders?
I mean, I'll be honest. Well, actually, they just super changed their roster, but that's gonna be a hard 2-0, like a hard 2-0, hard 2-0. Thanks. And my roommate just made me dinner, which I'm really excited about. Well, not a whole dinner, boys. Just beans. Oh, just beans. You heard it here. But yeah, we're gonna 2-0 Crusaders. We're gonna 2-0 Crusaders. Fug took notes over my brand, I hope. But, I mean, Dev is 1v9, DPM Master, and as long as we literally play a 5v5, there's not a team that we've played that's even close to beating us, it feels like. So, yeah, we're going to 2-0. Wait for it.
Heard.
Alrighty.
Well, good luck. Good luck. Thanks for being interviewed.
Yeah, thanks.
Congrats on your win.
Thank you. All right, I'll catch you guys later.
Have a good time.
Alrighty, so that just about does it for us. I think we're going to sign off now. Have a good night, everyone.
That was fun.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna head out now. I'll see you later. Thanks for thanks for subbing in for however long.
I just like looked at it. I was like, "Oh, you're by yourself. This must suck."
No, it's not too bad. We did all right. Yeah, good night, buddy.
Sometimes when you're here, I can feel no doubt. 'Cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free Sometimes when you're here, I can feel no doubt. 'Cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter.
fiction, and